everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be calling myself out. So I thought that it would be a good idea to go over my entire bookshelves, and I want to turn around all the books that I haven't read. So I was thinking, do I want to turn around the books that I have read or haven't? So like, I don't know which spines I want to be able to see, but I think that if I turn around the books that I haven't read, I can like pick a random one. Even though I kind of know what book is what and where it's located, I thought it would be fun to have like a visual representation of how many books I haven't read, so that next time I want to buy a book I can think twice. It's a daily reminder. So as you can see, I do have Leo's Lou right here next to the bookshelf. That's Leo's litter box and my couch. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to move everything so that I can have a better visual of the bookshelves, and I'm gonna go and turn around all the books I haven't read. But before I do that, I'm going to go over these books first. So this here is just a basket of books that I have been wanting to read, intended to read, and wow, there's little dust on these books. So these are books that have been like on my previous TBRs, like I need to read these immediately, but for some reason I just haven't picked them up. And I don't have a TBR cart. I feel like if I have a TBR cart, I would put way too many books on there because it's pretty spacious. And I only want to have like immediate reads here. Plus I don't have the space. So I'm gonna go over these books first, and then we will rearrange and talk about the books on my bookshelf. Also, for the sake of this video, for the sake of time, and for the sake of my mental capacity, I will not be mentioning author names. I'm just gonna say the book title and move on. So first I have the London Seance Society. I also have Stone Blind, The Daughters of Izdahar, Daughters of Smoke and Bone, The Finish Line, Exodus, Flock, Piranesi, A Word for Love, and Before I Do. So that's what's on my little basket, and I actually keep this in my bedroom. So I'm going to move everything and then be right back. All right, so welcome to the first two shelves. Should I do a bookshelf tour while I'm at it, you know? If I moved everything, I might as well do it. I'll do it. So very top, I have my Learn Korean with BTS. This book is incredible. If you've never heard of it and you're into BTS, you should look into it because I don't know how they did it. It's really awesome. This here is mine and Alex's wedding, what do you call it? Like signature book. So, you know, people that went to our wedding signed, and I just have it here on top. And then these here are pictures that we took with Darth Vader when we went to Disneyland in Paris for our honeymoon. So this here is a little jar with sand. This is part of like a ceremonial thing for our wedding. I actually had two little jars separate apart from this, and one of them was pink sand and one was black sand. So during the ceremony we poured our own individual sand in here. It kind of signifies that we are now inseparable. I mean, you could separate every bit of sand in here. It's gonna be pretty impossible. And it just says Gonzalez, our last name on there. This, I'm not really a pop fan, and I'm not really into anime, so this is, you know, my husband's. He wanted to feel included, so this here, this mug, my brother got for me when he went to Peru. It just says my name, Cusco, Peru. I love this mug. And then here I have all just extra bookmarks, and I also have my dies in here, which I don't know if you've seen featured on my channel before. I use these to pick like my next book to read sometimes if I'm really indecisive. Some more of my husband's stuff. All right, so let's go ahead and flip the books that I have not read. All right, City of Brass, have not read. Oh man, off to a bad start. I Have No Secrets, have not read. The Book of Cold Cases, have not read. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, I did read. Mexican Gothic, I started reading and I was in the middle of it, and then I stopped reading because it was, I don't know, I just couldn't get into it. It wasn't probably the right time. So I'm going to consider it as have not read. The Beautiful, have not read. True Biz, I have read. The Silent Patient, I have read. Ready Player One, Oasis, Ariadne, The Cartographers. Other Birds, have not read. How to Walk Away, have not read. As Bright as Heaven, have not read. The Anomaly, have not read. And The Last Tale of the Flower Bride, which I did recently read. So I feel like these books here, there was a time when I was first into Book of the Month, which was probably like 3 years ago. I felt like I needed to get a book every single month. Like I did not want to miss out, because if you didn't know, in the inside of all the books, there is like a little label, like a little stamp, and it just says like September 2022. So that was when that book was released, and I felt like I needed the whole 12 months of every year. So I was getting books even though I wasn't interested in them. So I got the books that was like most interesting to me out of the picks. Not that I wasn't fully not interested in them. I got the most interesting. So that's kind of the case with, I think, these 4 here. But who knows? Like I still need to read them nonetheless, because they could probably be like my next favorites, and I don't even know it because I just don't pick them up. Circe, I've read. The Night Swim, have not read. Gods of Jade and Shadow, I did read. Emma and the Night, I did read. People We Meet on Vacation, unfortunately, I did read. Darling Girl, I read. Spinning Silver, I have not read. Lessons in Chemistry, I actually started reading this book. I was really interested in it. Like I picked it up without reading the synopsis. It's actually historical fiction, and that's not really my genre. I don't like historical fiction. I've given it many tries, and something about it is just kind of boring to me. So nonetheless, I'm still gonna read it. Just not now. Into the Water, I don't think I've read this. Have not read. The Lost Apothecary, have not read. The Boyfriend Project, have not read. A Million Junes, have not read. Permanent Record, I did read. Recursion, have not read. The Night Tiger, I don't know why I haven't read this. This looks so good. Babel and the Maidens. Okay, so moving on to the second shelf. A Clockmaker's Daughter, have not read. Oh, I haven't even seen the back of this. Stunning. This looks like an engagement picture. Does it not? Is it just me? Congrats on your engagement. Home Before Dark, have not read. Riley Sager, man. I read Final Girls by him, and it was so boring. Like it was so cheesy, and I still got this because people were saying that it was so good. I don't know, but I mean, I got it. I might as well just read it. I'll probably read that in like October or something. N.A. Holidays, unfortunately, I did read. Worst book ever. Put me in the biggest reading slump. It's not even funny. Beast of Extraordinary Circumstances, or Circumstance. A Flicker in the Dark. I think that was one of the winners for Book of the Month, so I actually got this for free. Because I've been a member for so long, whenever the Book of the Month winners are announced, or like the finalist, I do get a free pick. I don't know if this one won or if it was just one of the finalists. I can't remember. And I wonder if it has like the emboss. No, it does not. It just says December 2021. So, and I think I picked this one because all the other ones I already read. The Silence of the Girls. Oh my god, this looks so good. I didn't even know that this was in here. September of 2018. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I'm glad I'm doing this because I'm like pulling up books that I didn't even know I had, which is weird because I have 2 bookshelves. I don't have like a whole wall of bookshelves like other people do, but Woman number 17. I remember this was one of like the first books that I got in book of the month. So let's see. I think this is the first one. May of 2017. So I think I've been a member since May 2017 because I want to say that this was the very first book I ever got. But yeah, I read that. Miracle Creek, have not read. Kingdom of the Back, I did read. Fierce Kingdom, have not read. Adelaide, I just got this, have not read. The Astonishing Color of After, have not read. The Sound of Stars, have not read. Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow, surprisingly, have not read. A lot of people are raving about it and I'm scared to pick it up now. The Broken Girls, have not read. Frankly in Love, I did read. Early Riser, have not read. And Woman in Cabin 10, have not read. I might make a separate video of like all the language learning books that I have because I do have quite a bit, because I also have like my French and Italian books from college in a box. And I love language learning. Like, I don't know why I haven't really talked about this on my channel. I've mentioned it before, but I haven't talked deeply about it. So I need to do that. I need to make a video coming soon. So all of these books get to be turned around. Okay. And this one gets to stay like that. Daisy Jones and the Six, I've read. The Girl from Blind River, have not read. Ninth House by Lee Bardugo, have not read. Hellbent. I said I wasn't gonna say the author's name, huh? Final Girls, have read. So this is the end of my book of the month books. We Are the Brennans, have not read. Caraval, have not read. Stranger Dreamer, of course I read this. Favorite book of all time. Crown's Game, and then The Crown's Fate, have not read. And I think it goes like this. Muse of Nightmares and Gallant, have not read. I'm going to lower you down and we'll go over these either next two or last three. Okay, so for the purpose of visibility, I'll do the next two shelves and then I'll do the last one afterwards. I apologize if I get out of frame because here I'm like kneeling down as low as I can versus here I'm also kneeling down. So yeah, I do apologize, but as long as the books are in frame, they're the important. They're the star of the show, not me. So City of Bones, I have read. City of Ashes, I have read. The Immortal Instruments, I have read. I think this is the, yeah, so I was in the middle of reading this one, City of Fallen Angels, and only got to page 162. So I haven't even finished the series, and I don't know how many other freaking series Cassandra Clare has, man. Like, she has, I don't know, someone tell me down below, man. Someone tell me how to read Cassandra Clare books, because she has many series after. Like, is it by publication date? I think that would be the best way to read them. But I need to read more Cassandra Clare because I feel like my YA era was like ruined because I didn't read all of Cassandra Clare, and till this day she's still releasing books and I need to catch up. So yeah, I'm gonna consider this have not read, along with City of Lost Souls and City of Heavenly Fire. All right. Of course, if I read these, I'm gonna have to reread these. Just gonna leave it at that so that I can know that I've already read these. Lair of Dreams, I believe this is the second book to the series, and I think there's 3 if I'm not mistaken. So I did read the first one. This one I have not read, and I'm at the point where if I need to read this, I'm gonna have to reread the first one. The first one I do have it on my Kindle. To All the Boys I've Loved Before, have not read. A Court of Thorns and Roses, I have read. What I have not read is the remaining books. So A Court of Mist and Fury, I have not read. And I don't have the next books physically. I do have them on my Kindle. Six of Crows, I have read. Crooked Kingdom, I was in the middle of reading. I got to page 224, but not like it matters. I'm gonna have to reread this. Have not read. I'm gonna let you guess if I've read this or not. I haven't even opened it. Izzy! I'm so mad at myself. Have not read. And then here is Scythe, which I have read. And then the remaining Thunderhead and The Toll I have not read. Okay. Alright, so which one's this one? Electra, have not read. Kingdom of the Wicked, have read. Ace of Spades, have not read. Frankenstein. I've read this in high school. So should I? I'll count it as have not read because I bought this for the reason of rereading it. Emma, have not read. Shatter Me, have not read. I bought the first book in the series so that I could get into the series, and I have not read this. I'm so bad with series. I'm gonna need to make a video of like me finishing series that I've started in the past because it is ridiculous. Okay. Girl on the Train, Assault to the Sea, I have read. Wilder Girls, have not read. She's Too Pretty to Burn, have not read. Starfish, have not read. The Girls I've Been, I've read. Five Survive, I've read. As Good as Dead, I've read. And Good Girl Bad Blood, I have read. And then these get to go like this. Walk on Earth with Stranger, I did read. Like a River Glorious, I did read. Ocean at the End of the Lake, I did read. Wonder, I have not read. Where the Drowned Girls Go, I have not read. And which one's this one? The Grown Up, I have read. This is so cute. Like, this was a gift from Book of the Month, and they haven't done this in a while, but this is so cute. It's so little, and I figured I would leave the cover on this. How cute is that? This is such a little book. I think this is the smallest book I have. Now, have I read this? I feel like this book was so small that I don't remember what happens. So, I don't remember. So, I'm going to say that I have not read it. So that I can read it again because it's so small. I mean, it's not going to take me a long time. Okay, so this is where I start to have the most randomest books ever. So I'm going to skip these here because these are language learning. I'm going to start with this one. This one is Vita Nuova by Dante Alighieri. I have read, and I read this in a class that I had for my Italian major. I had a whole class on Dante, so I've read that. And I'm going to put it here because it can be next to the Divine Comedy. Early One Morning, I have not read. And I don't think I will because I only bought this because it was $3 and because it was set in like either Rome or Florence, somewhere in Italy. So I bought it. I don't know if I'll read it. I really should. So, Little Fires Everywhere, have not read. The Night She Disappeared, have not read. Exit West, have not read. The Serpent Shadow, have not read. Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard, have not read. These two manga I have read. Oh Lord. These two mangas I have read, so I'm gonna put them, I'll put them here for now. The Knife of Never Letting Go. Snow Falling, I did read this. And then these two Harry Potter books I have read, but they're so old that I started using them as like scrap paper for my journals. So there's missing pages in here. And I'm gonna keep them on my bookshelf because if I need like old looking paper, I do tear it off of this one. I'm gonna put these down here. And I have read, so this needs to be like this. And then all of these books that I have not read will need to go like this. So all these books here, like if I do some random like choosing, I'm not gonna know which one I'm gonna get. So that's kind of why I wanted to flip them this way. That way I don't know what book I'm grabbing. The Demon King I have read. The Exiled Queen I have read. The Crimson Crown, I did not read. The Grey Wolf, I did not read. Two Lives of Lydia Bird, unfortunately, I did read. Vita Nuova by Dante, I did read. The Divine Comedy, I did read. And this is The Complete Dante World I Did Read. Flipping myself back this way, The Starless Sea, have not read. Hidden Pictures, I did read. It Starts With Us, I did read. Verity, read. Pump 57, read. Things We Never Got Over, have not read. The Spanish Love Deception, I did read. Good Girl Complex, have not read. The Rattled Bones, have not read. Peter Pan in Kensington Gardens, have not read. The Plot, have not read. Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute, I did read. The Hollow Places, I did read, unfortunately. And then White Smoke, have not read. This here is a jar with dried up flower petals from the first bouquet Alex ever gave me. So that is very special. Okay, so for this bottom shelf, it doesn't really matter because there's no books in here. I just have some of my favorite language learning stuff in here. Journals, a Bible. Yeah, that's all that's here. There's no books. Well, there's these here. Lavar, which, again, for my French class in high school. So I think these I'm just gonna leave them there. I'm not even gonna flip or anything like that because it's redundant. But in this shelf, I do have more books. But then I came back, have not read. Things I Should Have Known, have not read. Of Fire and Stars, I have read this one actually. How to Make a Wish, have not read. And Definitions of Indefinable Things, I have not read. So these books here I actually won in a giveaway a long time ago. I forgot who did the giveaway. I know who she is, I just can't remember her name because she's been off of BookTube for a while now. But yeah, The Library of Souls, have not read. Hollow City, have not read. These books creep me out now. I don't know if I want to read them. Okay, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, I have read. The Maze Runner series, I have read. Esperanza Rising, have read. The Red Pyramid, have not read. The Rose and the Dagger, have not read. The Wrath and the Dawn, I have read. The Throne of Fire, I have not read this. I don't even know if, is that part of a series? I think the other books are like in my paperback shelf, so that's probably, they should probably go together, but oh well. And then I have 50 Sfumature di Grigio. I have this in Italian, and I have not read it. And the reason why I got the first book is because my brother got me this one, 50 Sfumature di Rosso, and this one is the third book of the 50 Shades series, and I just don't have the second one. So I got the first one so that I could read the series, and I just haven't read it, so I have not read. Turtles All the Way Down, I did read. Alex and Eliza, I started reading this, but I did not finish. And Get Out of Your Head, I have not read. So I'm going to go ahead and flip these books around. Alright, so that settles it. I've been thinking about what my bookshelves are going to look like after I flip all these books, and it's not looking good. You can clearly see that the ones I haven't read outnumber the ones I have. So just for funs and giggles, I'm going to count them. I'll count the books I have read first because it looks like that's going to be faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 60, 61, 62. So I have read 62 books. Which ones have I not read? I'm gonna count the ones over there on my basket. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. 39, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101 and 102. All right, so I have not read 102 books versus the 62 books that I have read. So how many total books do I have? I have 164. I have 166 books. It's not that bad, because I did see somebody doing this and they had like 300 and something on their TBR, physical TBR. That's insane. So yeah, 102 books for me to read. I literally have no excuse to buy any more books. I cannot, but I will, because I still have my monthly book of the month, and of course I skip it if I'm not interested. And then I also have like the monthly picks for like book clubs and stuff that I need to buy those books. I can't not, or I can borrow them, but by the time I borrow them, it's already the end of the month, so I have to buy them. So that, my friends, is all the books I haven't read on my physical TBR. And it's going to be a daily reminder that I have books here that I can read. It'll be a fun thing to do, to like roll a die, pick a random shelf 1 through 2, and then pick a random shelf 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, and then pick a random number to like count down. I might do that. That sounds fun. So I'm turning my TBR into a fun little game, you know, just to kind of motivate myself to read the books I haven't read, because it's kind of embarrassing when people come over and they're like, oh my god, you have so many books, and then they're like, what do you think about this one? And I'm like, I don't know, I haven't read it yet. Yeah, I think this was a good idea. I'm a visual person, so this is definitely good for me. So that is all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Hope you saw some books that you might want to read. I know I did. Leo! I was definitely reminded of books that I didn't know I had that I should read, that I was like, wow, this looks interesting. So if you made it to the end of this video, you can comment the Italian flag down below. That would definitely help support my channel. And also like this video if you liked it. I mean, subscribe if you want to stick around. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Or not. Oh my god, how am I gonna show you the books at the very bottom? Ow, Leo! Oh my god. 31, 32, 33. Wait, what?